We are ready to start here, ladies and gentlemen. The first LEC matchup of the season for the Keene State College women's basketball team. It's the Owls taking on the undefeated UMass Boston Beacons. And we have your starting lineups right before tip-off here. First, for the visiting Beacons, we have number 11, Jelani Jackson, number 12, Tajai Mazik, number 20, Maya Thompson, number 23, Joey Gracie, and number 25, Meg Dixon. And for the home team Owls, number 10, Heen Tatch, number 14, Lily Schleiman, number 21, Emily McPadden, number 30, Jordan Burke, and number 34, Samira Singare.
All right, the Owls have to get off to a very strong start here because obviously, as we know, UMass is 4-0 right now. The only way that they can keep up is if they get off to a strong start.
And the good thing about that is we've seen the Owls do that so well all season long, get off to the strong starts. Right there, Samira Singare missed the layup though, but it'll be out of bounds, Beacons.
That's the type of stuff that the Owls cannot afford. They have to be almost perfect. They can't afford to miss simple shots like that.
Can't afford a steal either. That's what happens on the opening possession. Now there's Jelani Jackson. She averages over 16 points a game. And now a three-pointer. That'll go in and out. Meg Dixon missed the shot. UMass Boston gets it back though. Jackson will shoot a three. Can't hit right away. And that goes out of bounds.
That was a good job by the Owls. They really did a good job contesting the rebound there, and they were able to get the ball themselves.
Absolutely, and the Beacons did a good job too. Nearly got a second offensive rebound. It's a strong team like we mentioned. This Beacons team won the LEC tournament last season.
Yes, they did.
And they were second in the preseason poll. Certainly living up to the hype so far. As Tatch gives it to Singare.
Schleiman thought about that three.
Instead, she'll take a two, just barely misses it.
That one rolled in and out. Now I'm also gonna be looking out for Lily Schleiman to be having a good game because she didn't have a great game last time. She only had 2 points. I mean, it doesn't mean that she had a bad game. She made her presence felt, but she's somebody that has the opportunity to score more points. And I think if you want to win, you need to have multiple players score more points, and she's one of them.
Couldn't agree more, especially with Kenzie Bennett out of the game. I think you almost need a star like Schleiman to be on her best performance.
Yep, when one of your starters is out, you need other starters to step up in place.
Jackson hits a three. There's Jelani Jackson already making her presence felt.
Again, like we said in pregame, Jelani Jackson averaging 16.3 points per game. She's a dangerous player on that UMass Boston team.
And dangerous early. That's the first points of the game. McPadden, bad pass. It'll go out of bounds off the Owls.
Yeah, Matt, now speaking of McPadden, she was second on the team last game with 11 points. So she's been great so far this season. She's averaging 10.2 points per game. She's leading the team. She's doing a great job as the Owls' only senior.
Another three attempted by the Beacons. McPadden steals the rebound. And yeah, McPadden now averaging the most points per game per Owls. Singare had a fiery start to the season. McPadden shoots a three. Whoa. Way too long.
Now I think that's something that the Owls need to do. They have to take more shots instead of trying to drive to the lane because the UMass Boston has that size advantage over them. The Owls won't have much success if they try driving every single possession.
And they were able to do that well against Regis, but certainly might have to switch that up tonight. It's funny, it seems like we see this all too often. The one player that doesn't have the size difference over the Owls is Jelani Jackson, their top player. One of the shortest on their team, yet one of the best. A star shooter. Couldn't get the basket there, though.
Yep. And that player that I'm talking about that has a size advantage is Maya Thompson. She's their center. She's 6'1". She easily has a height advantage over everybody on the Owls.
Another player we might see in the game later, Sarah St. Surin, 6'4" center. As the Owls get their first points of the game, it's from Lily Schleiman.
Yeah, no sooner do I say that the Owls can't rely on driving and getting their points off driving to the lane. That's exactly what they do.
And that's going to be a block called against Singare. A lot of O's from the Owls bench.
Yep.
They obviously don't agree with it. Never like when a call goes against your player.
Yeah, that's always a tough call in basketball, deciding whether it's a block or a charge.
Jackson with the offensive rebound. And 2 offensive rebounds now for Jackson.
Wow.
Beacons rolling early.
The Owls have to get those rebounds. They can't afford for the Beacons to keep getting the ball back with the new shot clocks.
And now a shot from number 12 is good. That's Tajaima Zeke. So a quick early lead. The Owls have done great so far this season at getting the early leads, but this time the Beacons not allowing it. Now Schleiman tries driving in, looking for a teammate instead. They have about 5 seconds on the shot clock. Tatch will drive in, kicks it out to McPadden, and can't get the 3. But there's Singare, offensive rebound.
Yep, I believe that was tipped by Schleiman. She kind of got a little bit of a hand on that and got it to Singare.
And a nice layup there by Heen Tatch. I believe Singare found her on the pass. Now the Beacons look to respond as Dixon kicks it out to Jackson. Wide open from 3, of course she hits it.
Oh, she made that one look easy. You can't leave Jackson wide open, but that's what happens when you play that type of basketball. You drive to the paint, it destroys the defense, because naturally what the defense is going to do is collapse in the paint, try and guard that player, and players outside the arc can be left open.
And Jackson early on making the Owls learn from their mistakes. 2 defenders on Schleiman. That belongs to the Beacons.
The Owls are going to Schleiman early and often here in this game.
Looks like Schleiman was definitely surprised by the call there. But nonetheless, Beacons get the ball back. Chance to extend the lead again. And no surprise, that's the story early. Jelani Jackson, a couple 3-pointers. She'll go for another and gets it.
My.
9 points already for Jackson.
3 for 3 from beyond the arc, is that now?
I don't think she's missed a 3 yet. She missed 1 earlier.
Nope.
She's now 3 for 4.
Yeah, 3 for 4 from beyond the arc.
The Owls need to stop her. It's clear already. 9 points in 5 minutes for Jackson.
You see, now that's the type of stuff you can't be doing. Heen Tatch had an easy layup driving to the lane, but she
wide open again is Jackson. Hits
Oh,
another 3.
my.
Jackson is on fire. 12 points. Are you kidding me? The Owls forced to call a timeout. This will be just a 30-second timeout.